what? This video does not even need an intro right now. If you've seen the title, then you know what we reviewing today. The viral KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. It went viral all over TikTok. It sold out everywhere. I had trouble myself getting my hands on this foundation, but I went to my local Ulta and I was able to get it. So I figured we're gonna try it out today and see what all the hype is about. I mean, I've seen some mixed reviews, some good, some bad, but we're gonna test it out for ourselves and see what the girls are talking about. This is what she looks like. And the shade that I am gonna be testing out is shade Deep 082. You know, it looked like it would match, but looking at it in person, I don't know. I mean, on camera it doesn't look that bad, but it looks like, you know, it may be a little bit too dark. Before we dive into this foundation, I want to give you guys the claims on it real quick. So the claims for this foundation is that it's fast, lightweight, full coverage, and it is supposed to give you a fresh matte finish, not dewy. And I have been seeing a lot of people saying that it's giving you dewy. And then it also says that it is buildable, full coverage, lasts all day, feels like you're not wearing foundation, quickly covers blemishes and discoloration, is flashback free, non-cakey, and again, it'll last all day. So that is the claims on the foundation, even though some of the reviews that I've seen so far are saying otherwise, but we're gonna be the judge of that for ourselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin. So I'm first gonna go in with my Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizing lotion, just to hydrate my skin first, because my skin does get dry. And then for primer, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm so late to the party on this primer, but I finally jumped on the bandwagon. So we have the skin all prepped, and really quickly, I just want to point out I do have a burn on my forehead from a couple of days ago. I was curling my hair and I did burn myself a little bit. So if this foundation does what it says it's supposed to do, it's gonna cover that right on up. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. For my foundation brush, I'm gonna use the Morphe E63 foundation brush. We're gonna do this side with the brush. Okay. So this is definitely full coverage. The shade isn't that bad. I was a little nervous. I thought it was gonna be too dark on me, but this ain't, I'm not mad at it. She cute. She's real cute. Just gotta make sure we bring this down the neck. And a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Oh my goodness. It doesn't have a funky smell. Oh. Okay. Burn where? So far I am very pleased, especially like with the coverage. Like my burn is gone. Like it was never, like she was never there. She was never here with us. She never even existed. Now that I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, this does look pretty dark. You let me know. I mean, just looking at my face compared to my neck, this is like, she dark now. She chocolate. We have one side completed with a brush, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my other half of the face with a sponge. But as you can see, there is a big difference from the side with no foundation versus the side with foundation. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe sponge. Wow. Okay. So with the sponge, I do feel like you pick up more product with the sponge than you do with the brush, because I've only went into the foundation once with the sponge and I have almost completed this half of my face, whereas with the brush I did have to go in twice to complete this side of my face. But both tools give a great application. I feel like you can use either. Just, you know, with the sponge I definitely recommend being careful and light-handed. Now right here On my face where I initially applied the first swipe with the sponge, it feels like a lot of product is just kind of sitting right here on my face. So we're gonna put the sponge down and I'm gonna take the brush and try to blend this out a little bit, because it just seems like it just kind of sat on the skin, and we don't want that. We want to push it into the skin to give a very flawless, natural look. So some people have said that once you apply the foundation and it sits for a second, it does start to mattify. Now, I'm not getting mattifying with this foundation. I don't know if it's because of the way that I prep my skin, because I did go in with the moisturizer first, and then I also went in with the Hydro Grip Primer. So maybe that's why I'm not getting matte. Maybe if I would have went in with a more mattifying primer, I probably would be getting more matte vibes. But because I have dry skin, I try to stay away from matte primers when I'm going to be doing a matte foundation. I am going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the face, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys my finished look, and I will give you guys my final thoughts. I will also be checking in later this afternoon to let you guys know how this foundation wore for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna go finish my face and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so I am back and this is the finished look. Now I do love how my makeup came out. It looks really, really nice, and I was able to tone the foundation down a little bit with a lighter concealer so it doesn't look crazy or like too dark on me. So I do like the finish, I do like how it looks, but yes, there is a but. I did notice when I set this foundation with my powder, and the powder that I use is the Revlon Colorstay pressed powder. What shade is this? In the shade Cappuccino. I had to use about 4 layers of powder to get this foundation to set because of the formula. So I kind of get where some people are saying this foundation is greasy, because honey, baby, the first layer of powder, I put it on, I set it, looked nice, and then I started to move on to the rest of my face, and then it just, like around here, around my mouth, and then on the sides, it started to look greasy. So I was like, okay, well let me just set it. Maybe I just need a little bit more powder. So I went back in with a second layer of powder. It started to look greasy again. And then I went in with a third layer of powder. Looked greasy again. So then I went in with a 4th layer, and by the 4th layer my face finally started to feel like it was setting. But I do not like the fact that I had to go in with that much powder, because I don't like to wear a lot of powder because I have dry skin. And you really have to be careful when you have dry skin when you're playing with matte foundations and powders. I mean, it's a dangerous game. But we're not gonna clock her just yet. So I'm gonna wear this foundation for the rest of the day. It's currently about 6:25. I'm gonna come back maybe around 10, 11-ish. I don't like to wear my makeup past like 10, 10:30 because I like to be in bed by then. But for this video, I am gonna wear it until about 10, maybe 11 if I'm feeling wild. And then I will check back in with you guys and give y'all my final thoughts for this foundation. Alright you guys, so I am back and it is currently 11:22. So I have worn this foundation for about 4 to 5 hours, and honestly, I am not impressed. This foundation was a complete fail. I look disgusting. I went ahead and zoomed you guys in a little bit, and if you look like at my nose, right here on the lower half of my face, and then on this side of my forehead, it looks like I'm wearing Vaseline. It looks like I put grease on top of my makeup. And usually when there's a little bit of oil coming through after a foundation application, after a couple of hours, which for me it takes a while because I don't have oily skin. I do tend to get oily in like my T-zone a little bit, but it's very little, so it takes a while before it's even noticeable. This just looks gross, and most of my problem areas started only after about 2 hours of wearing this foundation, especially right here around my mouth is where I'm the most greasiest, and that is just very gross because it just makes me think of someone who just got done eating like a greasy piece of chicken or, you know, fries or something and just didn't bother to wipe their face. That is what this is giving me, and I do not like it. For somebody like me, I wear my foundations for a very long time. I need my foundation to last and I'm looking for longevity, and this foundation just did not give that. It gave the full coverage like it said, but the long wear part, because in the claims it did say it was long wear, they lied. This is not long wear. This is not giving longevity. This is giving, I can wear this to run out to the store and come back home, and that's it. And I was really excited for it. If you could tell in the beginning of the video when we did the first swipe and it gave us all that coverage and a little bit of that product went a long way. I was extremely excited. This did go viral on TikTok, so I did have high hopes for it. So I am kind of disappointed that it didn't give what it said it was going to give. So this foundation is going to be a fail for me, unfortunately. So that's going to be pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Even though the review was not a good review, I still hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and leave me a comment down below and let me know what are your thoughts on this foundation. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next upload.